Welcome to our journey through the skies of the past, where we'll revisit the golden days of Australian aviation through commercials from airlines that once soared, but are now grounded. Let's take a look at the stories behind these iconic names. Our first stop is Compass Airlines. Launched in 1990, Compass aimed to revolutionise Australian domestic travel with its low-cost model. The airline's bold approach shook up the industry, but regulatory hurdles and fierce competition quickly became insurmountable. By 1991, financial struggles led to its collapse, leaving behind a brief but memorable chapter in aviation history.
When the end result comes out, I'm extremely confident that it will achieve what it set out to achieve.
And what's that?
To sum up the story of Compass Airlines and put it back where it should be.
And where should Compass Airlines be?
Back in the air.
Next, we have East-West Airlines, a regional carrier founded in 1947. This airline was known for its reliable service and for connecting many remote areas with major cities. East-West played a crucial role in regional aviation until 1993, when it was absorbed by Ansett, ending its independent operations but leaving a legacy of connectivity.
East-West Airlines will cut its ties with Tamworth by February. In a shock announcement, the airline's 220 staff were told this morning the Tamworth maintenance base will close and East-West flights out of Tamworth will cease.
Australian Airlines, originally known as Trans-Australia Airlines or TAA, was established in 1946 to serve domestic routes. It was rebranded in 1986 and continued to be a major player in domestic flights. However, in 1992, it merged with Qantas, bringing an end to its independent operations. This merger marked the end of a vibrant era in Australian skies.
More people are flying Australian Airlines than ever before.
Because our new flight deck lounges are simply first class.
Because our customer services program means that we know what you want.
So, if you haven't changed to Australian yet, you should see us now.
Oh, you should see us now. Look at the way we fly. We're lifting up our tails and heading for the sky. So we'd like to show you how Australians done it. You should see us. Come on and try us. You should see us, come on and fly us, 'cause you should see us now.
TAA was a precursor to Australian Airlines. It was a government-owned airline that connected Australians for over 4 decades. TAA not only provided extensive domestic services, but also played a significant role during the post-war aviation boom. Its merger into Australian Airlines in the 1980s signified a consolidation in the industry, but left a lasting impact on Australian aviation.
So come and join us now at TAA. You'll come to understand we fly the friendly way. So come on now and settle back with TAA. Fly TAA the friendly way.
The friendly way. Come on, sing with all your might. TAA. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit more friendly. You get a little more the friendly way.
Impulse Airlines took to the skies in 1992, focusing on regional routes with a competitive edge. Known for its efficient service and attractive pricing, it quickly gained a loyal customer base. However, the competitive pressures of the aviation market led to its acquisition by Qantas in 2001. The Impulse brand was phased out, but its spirit lived on as part of Qantas Link. Sun State Airlines, established in 1975, served Queensland regional areas with dedication. It was a lifeline for many remote communities, providing essential connectivity. By the late 1990s, Sun State was integrated into Qantas Link, ensuring that its mission of connecting regional Australia continued under the Qantas brand. Founded in 1963, SkyWest Airlines catered to the vast and often remote areas of Western Australia. Known for its reliable services to mining towns and remote communities, SkyWest became an essential part of regional aviation. In 2013, SkyWest was acquired by Virgin Australia, marking the end of its independent operations but ensuring continued service under a new banner. Eastern Australia Airlines began in 1949, offering crucial services across New South Wales. Over the decades, it grew and adapted, eventually merging into the QantasLink brand. This merger ensured that the vital regional routes Eastern Australia Airlines pioneered would continue to be served by QantasLink.
And bookings and payments must be made between December 15th and 24th. Call Eastern now on 131313 or your favourite travel agent.
Lastly, we remember Ansett Australia, one of the giants of Australian aviation. Founded in 1936, Ansett became a household name, offering extensive domestic and international services for over 6 decades. However, financial difficulties led to its collapse in 2001, marking one of the most significant failures in aviation history. Despite its end, Ansett remains a nostalgic symbol for many Australians, remembered for its pioneering spirit and extensive network.
Almost unrestrained emotion for thousands of Ansett staff as some cried and others drowned their sorrows. When the last flight touched down in Sydney this morning, Ansett passed into aviation history.
After all the false starts and the shattered hopes, the end at last. A watery Sydney welcome for the last Ansett flight. And just a little earlier, the second last flight, a deeply emotional arrival in Melbourne.
End of an era.
Draped in the Ansett flag, Captain Michael McCall was in tears, and he wasn't alone. For many of these people, a working lifetime was suddenly over. But they weren't about to go quietly, far from it in fact. At airport lounges around Australia last night, they kicked up their heels, celebrating Ansett's 66 years of life, rather than its death. At Sydney Airport, no one wanted to say goodbye, although everyone did. They followed this plane onto the runway. It was heading to Perth to pick up Ansett's last load of passengers for the return trip to the East Coast. And on the other side of the nation, the party continued until the very last moment.
We hope that you have a very, very pleasant journey and that you share all of our wonderful memories.
To the strains of the last post, they folded the company flag and then filed on board for the airline's last few hours in Australian skies. Waved away by hundreds of airline staff and passengers lining the tarmac as Flight 152 taxied out. On board, it was at first subdued.
Once we finish in Sydney, that's it for most of us. Our careers are over. They're ended.
It was a dry flight, the cabin crew handing out water as the Airbus crossed the continent, the cutbacks designed to save Ansett continuing to the end and achieved nothing. But as the plane approached Sydney, the emotions overflowed. And then finally, the long walk into the Sydney terminal and into whatever their futures may hold.
It's a tragic loss to Australia and Australian aviation.
I just want Ansett back again, but it's not going to happen.
Peter Harvey, National 9 News.
These airlines, now just memories, played pivotal roles in shaping Australia's aviation landscape. Though they no longer fly, their legacy endures in the hearts of those who flew with them. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the skies. This has been Australiana Farmer.
I'll tell you a story of 200 years of a country that's built on blood, sweat and tears of a spirit, Australia.